Hi everyone, I'm Jonathan with Exabits, and we are disrupting the scene of decentralized compute, leveraging our history of building over 100 data centers. So, if you look at the current space of AI, it's the adoption rate is breaking records right now, right? So, with ChatGPT, over 100 million users was acquired within the first 2 months of existence, and behind that, it's powering all these AI companies on the rise is compute, and the biggest partner of ChatGPT is Microsoft, and Microsoft Azure's power of GPUs. So compute is the linchpin of AI. As I said earlier, ChatGPT and OpenAI spending billions of dollars on compute, millions maybe on a daily basis at this point. And we've seen that sort of indirectly through the rise of other stocks, AI companies, and especially the hardware companies, NVIDIA, which is almost close to surpassing Amazon, if not already passing Amazon's market cap. So the things that we are addressing right now is the demand for compute of AI companies. So the supply of compute is so constrained, demand outstrips it by a factor of 10. So this was research done by X16Z in addressing the sort of shortage of compute in the marketplace right now. So what we are doing is we are really battling against the large incumbents, AWS, Microsoft, Google, Lambda, CoreWeave. And it seems that the space right now is super saturated with all these big companies coming up in the decentralized compute space, but we are all doing something very different when you look it down at a granular level. So what I see is the bigger picture, the macro picture is really the fight against centralized distributors of GPUs versus decentralized, which is what we hope to foster and grow in the space. So Exabits, we are building the secret sauce that hopes to empower and enable more GPU marketplaces to scale, more API companies to leverage our GPUs using our API, and a whole bunch of other companies just to have access to cheap compute. So like I said earlier, we've built over 100 data centers. We've also built technology that enables these GPUs to run AI models, because not every GPU has that ability to run AI models. You need a lot of things that go behind it. And what the VCs said earlier, what really matters is that it's data center grade GPUs and also GPUs that are really clustered together in the same location. So what we're doing there is we've created fault tolerance technologies that ensures the uptime of these GPUs. It's inevitable that the GPUs, when running high compute loads, will break down. The sort of efficiency that we offer is how fast can we rebuild and put it back online. Another thing is acceleration. So the problem with GPUs right now is that not every GPU is AI ready. What we do is we've built some like bubble technologies that moves some CPU power to the GPU side and makes it more sort of efficient for AI models. And lastly, we're disrupting the business model. So currently, the way to access GPUs is by paying high fees at AWS, reserving GPUs for a year at CoreWeave or Lambda Labs, or even having to purchase your own GPUs and build up your own servers. We're taking a step backwards by going that route. But in an ideal world, when we create this ecosystem, Exabits will have the most GPUs for AI. We will be enterprise grade. We're already serving a lot of customers, and will be most efficient for companies to leverage our value proposition and services. So to date, this is sort of a case study on one of our customers. They were previously paying $150,000 at AWS on a monthly basis for compute. They moved over to Exabits. We saved them about 72%. So now they're happily paying $43,000 a month with us. And the double-edged sword is that we've also increased the training speeds using our technologies. So what that means is, with that 30% increase, it means even more capital savings for these companies to switch over to Exabits and a bunch of our partners. So we're taking a sort of approach where we are not necessarily competing against all these other decentralized compute companies. We are rather treating them as local distributors. So to date, all these customers and partners, they are using some form of Exabits infrastructure. Akash has our GPUs for about a year. Aether, the business models that we split revenue every time they use our supply. Edge Matrix, same thing as Aether. IONET, they're compensating us with tokens. Hyperbolic, Curis, Nebula Block, and Ritual, they're all servicing AI companies in their platform using the Exabit supply. As far as real customers beyond our distributors, we have over a dozen customers right now, and this is our revenue model to date. It's over hovering around 500,000 MRR as of June of last month. So the way that we want to increase and sort of expand this decentralized distribution is not necessarily inviting people with my computer or your computer to contribute to the space. Rather, it's the other way around. So what we want to do is we have an abundance of supply of GPUs that are AI ready, and we want to spread that. So we've already, I explained earlier, we've already distributed to Akash and IONET and those guys, and we are already servicing customers, but there's more room to grow. So what we are doing and what we're trying to innovate is for anyone to create their own microclouds using the Exabits infrastructure. So person number one can sort of stake Exabits tokens. So that's where our token component comes in. They'll stake Exabits tokens and they'll say, okay, I need an allocation of one server of H100s. And then my strategy as a customer of Exabits, leveraging the Exabit supply, is that I can make the greatest yield and greatest return by serving customers directly through my platform. I can mine other tokens, or I can also contribute to other protocols like Akash or IONET. Same thing with the other two customers, right? Like you can really create a bespoke product. So like a bespoke AWS, a bespoke microcloud. And that's how Exabits wants to contribute in the distribution of decentralized AI. Yep. So surrounding this and tying this all together is our token model. So on the top right, you'll have node investors. The way that we are introducing that is essentially the currency of compute. What that means is people can come in with a different strategy that's not necessarily directed directly at servicing AI companies. Rather, it's a more laid back approach, sort of like buying a bond at a discount, right? So you'll purchase a node at 80 cents on the dollar, and then once the network is live, you can redeem it for $1, or you can redeem it for tokens, whichever you see is most profitable and most ideal for that situation. And then on the right side, you see IONET and all those other companies. We treat them as partners. So we are innovating the way that they access our compute. So what that means is that they'll stake Exabits tokens or their native tokens, so IONET tokens, EMC, Aether tokens, in order to receive an allocation and resources from us. So that's really different and innovative in the way that that's being offered right now, as opposed to locking up your capital and being forced by AWS and CoreWeave Lambda Labs to pay upfront for a year. Instead, you'll just stake tokens that you already have in your reserves. And then the bottom of subnets, that's the one I explained earlier. So anyone interested can spin up their own microcloud. We'll back it, and we'll help you find customers as well. If you have your own strategy, always welcome for that as well. All right, that's Exabits in a nutshell.